Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today's video title The Upanishads, Ancient Wisdom That Can Transform Your Life. There are books that entertain us, there are books that inform us, and then there are books that awaken us. The Upanishads belong to that rare category. Written thousands of years ago in ancient India, the Upanishads are not just a spiritual text. They are a deep conversation about life, the mind, the soul, fear, success, suffering, and the true purpose of human existence. Even today, their wisdom feels timeless because human struggles have never really changed. People still search for happiness, people still battle anxiety, people still fear failure, rejection, loneliness, and death. And the Upanishads speak directly to all of it. The first and most powerful lesson from the Upanishad is this: you are far more powerful than you think. Most people live their entire lives believing they are weak, limited, and incomplete. They depend on outside validation to feel worthy. They chase money, status, and approval, hoping these things will finally bring peace. But the Upanishads say true peace cannot be found outside. They teach that within every human being exists an infinite source of strength, wisdom, and awareness. The ancient sages called it the Atman, the true self, not the body, not the ego, not the temporary identity created by society, but the deeper self that remains untouched by fear and failure. Imagine living with that understanding. Imagine waking up every morning knowing that your value does not depend on what others think of you. Imagine facing difficulties without collapsing emotionally. Imagine becoming calm in chaos because your strength comes from within. That is the transformation the Upanishads point towards. Another extraordinary teaching is the idea that fear disappears when understanding appears. Most fear is born from ignorance. We fear the future because we cannot control it. We fear loss because we become attached. We fear change because we resist life itself. But the Upanishads remind us that everything in life changes constantly. Nothing stays forever. Not success, not pain, not youth, not failure. And once we truly accept this, we stop fighting reality. We become mentally free. The Upanishads also teach the importance of self mastery. Today's world constantly distracts us. Social media pulls our attention in every direction. People react emotionally to every small problem. Minds become restless, impatient, and exhausted. But according to the Upanishads, the person who conquers the mind becomes unstoppable, not through aggression, not through domination, but through awareness and discipline. Because when the mind is calm, decisions become wiser. When thoughts become clear, life becomes purposeful. And when inner peace grows, external problems lose their power. The sages who wrote the Upanishads understood something modern society often forgets. A successful life without inner peace is still an empty life. You can possess wealth and still feel miserable. You can become famous and still feel lonely. You can achieve greatness and still feel lost. True fulfillment, true fulfillment comes from understanding yourself. That is why the Upanishads encourage silence, reflection, meditation, and self inquiry. They ask the deepest question a human being can ask: who am I? Not your job, not your possessions, not your social image, but who are you beneath all of that? And perhaps the greatest message of the Upanishads is unity. They teach that all life is connected. The same consciousness exists in every human being. When we truly understand this, hatred weakens, ego softens, and compassion grows naturally. A person who sees unity no longer wastes life competing endlessly with others. Instead, they focus on growth, wisdom, and a meaningful life. In the end, the Upanishads are not asking us to escape life. They are teaching us how to live fully, fearlessly, and consciously. They remind us that real power is inner power, real success is self mastery, and real peace begins the moment we stop searching outside for what already exists within us. Thousands of years have passed since these teachings were written. Empires have risen and fallen. Technology has transformed the world. Civilizations have changed. Yet the human heart still searches for the same answers. And perhaps that is why the wisdom of Upanishad still survives today, because truth never becomes outdated. The question is not whether these teachings are ancient, the question is whether we are finally ready to understand them. Thanks for watching. If this message inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.